Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I wanted to share a special grid with you today that I've worked on. I'll guide you through the process. If you haven't still subscribed to my channel, please do so. I share lots of videos that teach and talk about art and mental health. I believe that the act of performing or creating art helps us manage our emotions a little bit better. It has for me for years, and recently I've started sharing how it affects through my videos. So thank you very much once again for joining me. And for today's session we'll need a long ruler, a protractor, a compass, and a mechanical pencil, and of course an eraser. I'll guide you through the process slowly, just so you can follow and in some way benefit from it also. I always try to tell my students to have a relationship with the canvas that you're working on. Try and touch it, feel it, look at it, and come into the present. I always say to my students, try not to go around measuring where the center is, but rather let the center come to you. So on a white sheet of paper, take a deep breath, and wherever you feel could be the center of the sheet, put a tiny dot. Once you've got your center, use a ruler. As you can see, I've placed my ruler on 12 centimeters because I aim to create a 24 centimeter line using my dot as the center. It's always magical to look at this process in a way that when you place the tiny dot, that leads to creating the line. So without the dot, there was no line. It is with the dot, it is with the first beginning that we create a journey of the line. Once you've created your line, mark 0.5 centimeters on your line on either side, like so you can choose this side or this side. I'm choosing my left. It's very important to stay present and keep your focus on what you're doing. Most times our brain just scatters around doing and thinking of things. So it's important to bring your whole self into this exercise. Once you've got your horizontal line with the dots dividing the line 0.5 centimeters apart, place your compass on the 12 centimeter dot that you had. Using the 0 centimeters marks, start creating your circles. Take a minute to do this and try and be as slow as possible. This helps to center us. Every circle this helps to center us and bring us into the present. Connect yourself to the sound of the paper. Connect yourself to the sound of the compass as it moves on the paper. Observe the act of creating these circles, one at a time. keep yourselves present. Try not to rush through this process. Remind yourself, the journey is not about being perfect. The journey is about being here, being present, and doing the best that you can with what you have. Oftentimes, we think that the circle has to go in one go, but it's okay if your hand moves slowly, bit by bit. If you want to go over the circle, please do so. Helps to build a connection with what you're doing. Listen to the sound. How does it make you feel? The more present we become, the more we are aware of our feelings. Once you've reached this stage, see if you can look at the piece and think of a word that comes to your mind, whatever it may be. Try not to judge yourself for what you're thinking, but just allow yourself to be present and let the word come to you. Once you've done that, place your protractor on the 12 centimeter mark that you have made. Using the protractor, mark every 0.5 degrees. Tiny little lines. Try not to rush through this process. You're here for a reason. Remind yourself you're not here to race through the exercise. You're here to learn how to hold yourself, to have a communication, a dialogue, a conversation with yourself. Once you've done the top part, turn your protractor the other side. Place it the same place at the 12 centimeter mark. We've been made to rush through processes to get instant gratification or rewards. This is a beautiful way of reminding yourself to slow down. Slow down to speak to yourself. Slow down to see who you are from within. When you look at the sheet of paper, I hope you feel accomplished for what you've created. From a dot to a line to the many circles. Once you've acknowledged where you are, place your ruler at the 12 centimeter mark and notice that there are 2 points on the top and the bottom that align. Draw a line connecting the 2 dots passing through the center. Slide your ruler and notice there are 2 points again that need to pass through the center. Take time to do this part. Try not to rush through it. This is the point where I say it's the opening of the eye. It's like building the ladder or the staircase that takes you within. Notice how your shoulders are feeling. Is there stress up there? Is your hand hurting? Become very present in your body. Look at this as a portal that you'll walk through. Walk through within you. There's so many distractions around us, there's so much chaos, so much needed of us. This reminds you that how important your well-being is. One line at a time. Hold yourself. Hold yourself to go slow. There will be an urge, there will be a desire to move fast. Notice what side of the ruler you like to slide the line. Is it right to left or left to right? These are little acts that tell you about yourself. There's power in repeating things. They help us focus better. Gain clarity. Become more present. Once again, look at the peace and write down a word that comes to your mind. Step back and breathe a little. Walk around the room if you need to. After you've taken a break, when you come back and sit down to see your peace, make connection with the center. It'll help you to come in. See if you can place your ruler on the 90-degree line, or maybe any line that you choose. So for example, if I choose this line, or maybe this one, wherever it goes down, see if you can darken this line a little bit, just this one line. When you see the piece, you can see like a straight dark line in the middle. Using your eraser, erase this part, erase half of it in such a way that you can still see the grid somewhere in portions, maybe a little light. Don't let go of the grid completely, but just lighten it a little bit. Just like that. Now we'll work on this side of the grid first, and then we'll go on to this one. I'll be using an ink pen. I usually try to take the back part off just because it comes in my way. This part of the session is based on commitment. So you can choose a shape or any form that you like that calls you. So it could be a triangle, or a circle. So what you have to do is you have to look inside these spaces. When you look inside these spaces, that's where you have to create your shape. I'm going to be using circles because that's something I enjoy. And let it all come together. Always start from the center. Commit yourself to a shape. You might not be able to draw it in all of the spaces, but see wherever you can fit in your shape. One space at a time. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out. This is a great way to come into the present and let go of everything that's weighing you down. Your focus becomes the spaces in between these lines. You start looking at them carefully. You start noticing the way your hand is moving. Notice how your hand will move, your head will want to come closer. Notice every movement that you make. The more you observe yourself, the more you'll get to know who you are. Keep your gaze on the sheet of paper. Ideally, I would advise to use just one color or one pen for this exercise, only because it keeps you, only because it helps you not to get distracted into the colors for now, and just focus on the act of doing it. Notice how it's making you feel when you have to stay inside the lines. Notice how the lines are making you feel. Do they feel safe? Do they restrict you? Do you like having the wall around you when you create the circle or whatever shape you're making? How wobbly does your hand get towards the end? Are your circles connected? Or are they far apart? Is there distance between them? Observe these little things. as we slow ourselves down, it's important to notice these things. They help us make aware of our actions and connect us, align us, so that what we're seeing and that what we're doing and that what we're feeling all come together. Do you have a feeling of urgency or moving faster through the space? Or are you enjoying Are you wondering when it'll end? Or are you keeping yourself present with every square, every space? Be aware of stories and incidents that come to your mind when you do this. What does it remind you of? How does that make you feel? Everything we do in life, there's a reason why we do it. Till we make a conversation with ourselves, we don't realize why it is that we do what we do. Every circle matters. Every experience through our life has brought us to where we are today. Without judgment, allow yourself to just be. I always push a little bit of ink. I like the way it causes the gradation of the color. Remind yourself it's not about being perfect. It's just about giving this time to yourself. In the hope to have conversation with yourself. It's not about the piece looking good or bad. It's not about anything that will happen. It is about what is happening right now. Give it your best to every circle, every space. Always give it your best. For when giving your best becomes a habit, then that is what you start doing in your day-to-day life. Doing things half-heartedly leave us half-hearted. We start doing things with not the whole of ourselves present. Focus the spaces between the squares and how are you going to deal with them. You can draw one circle, you can draw two, give yourself the freedom. As long as you keep your commitment of drawing the circles and drawing between the lines, drawing between the lines, Lose yourself in what you're doing. Remind yourself you're doing this for you. There will come a point you'll want to give up. Keep going. Keep going. Everything we want will be coming to us. Everything. But we have to try. We have to give it our best. We have to move forward with belief, faith, kindness towards ourselves. You're not perfect, and that's okay. Keep going. Let go of control. Allow yourself to just flow. not about good or bad. Don't judge yourself. Just keep at it. Commit. Commit yourself to keep going. Can be hard, can be frustrating. It's okay to feel these emotions. Let them come to the surface without judgment. Just acknowledge them. Allow yourself to feel that what you're feeling. Disappointment or feeling accomplished that you've come this far. Whatever it may be. Just feel without judgment. Once you've done this, make sure you take a break or pause the video and come back to the session. When you come back from your break, have a look at your piece and see how the lines, the restricted lines, made the circles go a certain way. Now, when we are told to go through life following these restrictions that people have placed on us, of course we do follow the path, of course we get creative in the middle and do certain things in our own way. But the truth is that we are still following a certain path that has been laid out for us. So when I look at this piece, this is the side which is led by the ego. The ego self develops this way. As we go on to the next side, for this side, we're going to try and see how we create without the boundaries, knowing that the boundaries are still there. We have been told what to do and how to do it, but yet when we walk through life with our soul self, working from our soul, imagining ourselves as energy and not restricting ourselves to a certain path that has been dictated to us, how do we work from there? So for this, I would advise you to use the same shape that you used on this side, which is the circle. So that is your commitment. And then as you create and work on this side, notice the grid and see if you can break from it. Allow yourself to be more free, more present, and work from your soul. Let yourself be guided by the shape. Don't think where you're going to put the next one. Just let the next shape come to life on its own. Lose yourself into this. Listen to the music. And lose yourself. What if there was no path? What if you felt free? Let your heart guide you. You're here for a reason. Let go of control. Notice how you break free from the circle. Notice how you are limitless in yourself. For the lines can no more catch you, hold you, or restrict you. Your mind feels free. Your heart is dancing. You're giving yourself the chance to breathe. Break free from the norm. When you feel it's time, close your pen, take a deep breath in, see what you've done, and observe. Observe when you live your life being told what to do. It sure is beautiful. It sure is systematic. But yet it's restricted. And the feeling of limitless completely vanishes. But when you work from your soul, you realize the possibilities are limitless. The growth can be in any direction. You can become anyone and anything you choose to. It's a matter of your choice. You stop when you want to. You can continue doing the piece as you feel like. To see the whole piece, you can go onto my Instagram and have a look. I'll stop here now and leave you with this. Don't think of this or this as the way to be. It is when we understand the two sides of ourselves, the worldly and the one that's from the soul, is when we become whole. So allow yourself to understand that this too is a part of you and this too is a part of you. The choice is up to you where you want to go this way or when you want to go this way. It is within you. It is within you that you hold the universe. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful year ahead, walking hand in hand with your soul and the part that is human. With love, always.